Thanks, Philip, and thank you for joining us today. Hope you're having a great weekend. My goal with the show is to interview our community leaders that help make Putnam County a great place to live, work, and raise our families. My first guests today are Colonel Nickey Philpot in the Cookeville High School JROTC. And I have with guests there, I have Student Congress President Nathan Phillips, we have Cadet Captain Ayla Bowman, and we have Cadet Major Spencer Cupp. Thank you for being with us, guys.
Good morning to you, sir. Good morning.
You're some of my favorite people. You put on one of the greatest events honoring our veterans and for everything you do at the high school. Nickey, tell us a little bit about the JROTC program at the high school.
Mr. Porter, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to come and be with you this morning. The Cookeville High School JROTC program is doing very, very well. We have currently 235, 240 cadets total.
Wow.
Of course, 170, 175 of those students are from Cookeville High School, but we also offer introductory type classes at Monterey and Upperman High School as well. So we do an outreach to those two programs. But when you total it all up, it's about 240, 245 cadets. It's doing very well. Good quality students.
That's about what I was about to say.
Good
you have
quality
some great
students.
quality students.
We have young men and women every year that go off and just do tremendous things. Of course, some will join the military. A lot of them will decide to do other things, but they all make us very proud. They serve their communities well. Certainly they serve their families well, and that's what it's all about, adding quality to the lives of these young people.
You do a great job with the
Thank you,
program. We use them all the time as honor guards for events and so forth, and coming to the high school. And I have to say the quality of your students that you have in the program is just unbelievable and second to none, in my opinion. And you guys do a great job. And just to see you, I see you in the public. I see you at these events and everything. Everyone is so well mannered, so respectful, so into the role that they're playing, and I think it speaks highly for you, Nickey, and the program that you put on at the high school.
Well, we're very proud of them. I just have to put in a plug for I've got two very fine NCO instructors that's there working with us every day. First Sergeant Doug Romero. He's the individual that's actually primarily charged to do the work with the cadets at Upperman and Monterey High School. He does a lot of traveling. And then we've got Sergeant First Class David Frazier, who's he gets mad at me when I say this, but he's kind of the grandfather of the program. He was there when it was established back about 20 years ago.
Wow.
He was the very first, in fact, he was the instructor by himself for the first couple of years. So those two gentlemen are just as fine as the non-commissioned officer corps can produce, and I'm glad that we have them.
Hey, amen. I agree with you 100%. Your program puts on a great event every year with honoring our veterans. That's coming up next week. Can you tell us about it?
Oh, absolutely. In my opinion, the greatest honor we have every year is to facilitate the Cookeville High School Veterans Program. JROTC is overall charged to put the program together, but we bring in a lot of groups from a lot of different student groups and faculty and staff groups from the high school that participate. The chorus, the band, the speech team, student congress. Of course, Nathan here that you'll talk to in just a second is the student congress president, so he's best equipped to talk to you about the good things that they do. But we get the honor of bringing all these different groups together and putting everybody on the same sheet of music, so to speak. And we do what I consider the most important thing we can do in JROTC, and that's honor these very fine heroes that we have in this community. These great veterans, these great Americans. And for us to take a little bit of time and devote some attention to trying to help tell their story and trying to help show the community how proud we are of them. It's just an awesome opportunity, and we're proud to take that opportunity.
We can't do that enough.
Great,
I don't think we never show them too much. And your program has had a great success. It's Thursday, November the 7th,
Yes,
at 5:30 and 7:30. when you started out, you only had one time, and it was so large and it got to grow and so much that you had to expand the program where you have 2 sessions now.
That's correct. About 5 years ago, as a matter of fact, we had one particular program, and unfortunately, there were people that probably were not able to get a seat that night. And we said, we're not going to do that anymore. So we started looking for different options, and we decided that it was important to us to keep it at Cookeville High School because it's a Cookeville High School program.
Right.
And we decided to do the 2 different programs, 5:30 and 7:30, and that gave us the opportunity to have that intermission between the 2 programs that we do. And that's been wonderful. Fellowship. We get to listen to a lot of great stories from these tremendous Americans.
Amen.
We get to take some pictures and just hug them and tell them how much we appreciate and love them. So that intermission between the 2 programs has just been a very welcomed addition.
Well, that's great. We're talking with Nickey, Philpot, and the JROTC from the Cookeville High School about the special event coming up on Thursday, November the 7th, where we honor the veterans. And Nathan, there's a lot of different groups that come together to make this possible. Can you tell us some of those?
The Cookeville High School speech team, band, and choir, as well as the Student Congress and the JROTC will be helping us with the program.
And to organize that kind of an event, to get all those folks to come together, your event always seems so organized, everything falls into place. That's got to take a lot of practice and a lot of time on your behalf and the others to make that happen.
Yes, sir. We meet every day during lunch and we go through the script. And I believe we're going to be going through the entire program next week.
Well, that's great. Ayla, when it comes to the ROTC being able to be a part of this, it's got to be a great opportunity for you guys to be able to do this, to show your respect to the veterans.
Yes, of course, of course.
Tell us a little bit about how the cadets will be involved with the program as far as honoring the veterans.
Well, there's going to be a color guard there, and they're the ones that do, like, they present the colors and they go up and they get the flags up. And then there'll also be, like, an honor guard there that'll do the service flags, and they'll just make sure everything's good.
It's a great night, and you also have one of your cadets that speaks normally at the event, Nickey, is that correct?
Well, we actually have 3 cadets that serve the narration purposes, the Student Congress President, our battalion commander, she's not here with us, but she has a very large speaking role, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Montana Shoprai.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cadet Cup over here, Spencer Cup, who is, he's involved very heavily in honoring the different veterans groups and whatnot, so between those 3. I can tell you that there's going to be a special presentation that we don't normally do this year.
And we're going to talk about that
Very
in
good.
just a minute. That's a little teaser, and you stay with us. You're listening to Today in Putnam County on News Talk 107.7, 1400 The Hub. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. More with Colonel Nickey Philpot and the Cookeville High ROTC when we come back after this quick break. Thanks, Phil. Thank you for joining us today, for listening in Today in Putnam County here on News Talk 107 and 0.7 and 1400 The Hub. My special guests today are Colonel Nickey Philpot and the Cookeville High School JROTC. They're looking at a program coming up that they do annually. It's Thursday, November the 7th, 5:30 to 7:30 at the Cookeville High School. We've been talking about, you got a very special guest speaker coming this year, Nickey. Can you tell us about who that is?
We are so excited. Our congressman from this district, from our 6th district, is going to be our guest speaker this year, Congressman John Rose. Had an opportunity about a week ago to sit down and talk with the congressman, and he's very excited. He's looking forward to just a good evening with these great Americans. I keep saying great Americans, but there's no other term that can describe them.
You're right.
And he realizes that. He's excited about it. So we're looking forward to hearing from the congressman.
He's a great speaker, and over the years, I was honored to be able to speak one year, and that's a memory I'll never forget. When you're sitting in that auditorium, looking out across the crowd of all those veterans and their families that have dedicated, some of them dedicated their whole lives to service, but all of them served and were willing to give up their lives for our country. we can never say thank you enough, but you guys do a great job of
And
trying
sir,
to
we
do
also don't want to lose sight of the fact that you've got those families out there, and those families are so important to us.
They gave up so much too. when their loved
Absolutely
ones
they
were
do,
gone.
absolutely.
Spencer,
Yes.
let's talk a little bit about how you plan in the event, how you will recognize the veterans during the program.
We will recognize the veterans through announcing their service flags, and they will stand and the audience will applaud them. And then we will also announce the different conflicts that they served in and recognize them for their service through there. As well.
Which is almost a tear-jerking moment.
It is.
We start thinking about a lot of our World War II veterans have passed on.
Oh,
Not many of those left, but to see those folks that still come each year and for them to stand and be honored, it's, like I said, it's very emotional for a lot of those folks. How are you getting the word out about the event?
We've been getting the word out through radio, obviously, and we have a Facebook page, Cookeville JROTC, and if people who are interested to find out more, they can go look on our Facebook page.
That's great, and with social media these days, that's one of the hot ways to get out the word about the event. Colonel, there'll be some kind of special award this year that's
yes,
not normal?
Yes. Yeah, we're taking advantage of an opportunity that presented itself last year. One of our students from Cookeville High School, who is a senior this year, last summer was elected the president of the Girls State, and I guess that was at David Lipscomb. And that's, there's only one of those every year, and students from all across the state participate in that. So to have someone honored at that level, selected, recognized for her leadership, and elected to that position is a rare opportunity. The American Legion Auxiliary sponsors that program, and a couple of their representatives are coming out, and they're actually going to present that individual an award. So this is just kind of an opportunity to do something that relates to service and relates to those feelings of patriotism that we all have, and we're just taking advantage of the opportunity.
That's great. It's also a special year this year, isn't it, with that
Very special.
anniversary?
Very special. This is the 75th anniversary year of D-Day.
D-Day.
Of course, June 6th was the actual day. Well, we're not in school on June
Right.
6th. And this is the perfect opportunity for us to emphasize that event. So we're taking advantage of that opportunity. We're going to do a number of special things in the program, and we're really going to recognize if we have people in the area that actually participated in D-Day, but we're broadening it a little bit and recognizing the World War II generation and those great veterans. And if I might say, as just an add-on to that, I realize that those World War II vets that we're still privileged enough to have with us, some of them have some challenges, some of them have some mobility issues and those kinds of things. If we can do anything to assist those individuals and actually getting them out to our program, we're there. We'll make any special consideration, any special planning efforts that we possibly can to make them comfortable for the evening, and so they can enjoy and just appreciate what we're doing here. We really would like to have some of those World War II vets actually with us for that program.
Roll out the red carpet.
Yes,
for
sir.
them. They
Absolutely.
deserve it. Nathan, what's the Student Congress? What role is it going to play in the program?
So the Student Congress will hold the door open, they'll bring in some food for the intermission, and they will seat people.
So, folks, if you come out to this event, come early so you can get a good seat. Usually both sessions are completely full.
Yes.
And sometimes standing room only with the two sessions, and so come out early. And if you're disabled or have a disability with a wheelchair, with crutches, or whatever it might be, these guys are willing to help you to be able to get into the building and be able to seat you comfortably during the session and to be able to take care of you. So if you got questions about that, Nickey, is there a way that they can contact you to?
Sure there is.
find
Sure there
out
is. They can call me at Cookeville High School, 520-2169.
Yeah.
520-2169. That is the easiest way. If by chance I'm not sitting there at the phone, I've got voicemail and I'll get right back with you. But if there are any special needs that we need to take into consideration and make things easier on anyone that desires to attend, we will do everything we can. We'll even concentrate on trying to get some priority parking for folks that need priority parking.
That's great.
We just want to make this opportunity an easy thing for as many people to participate as possible. This is going to be a great evening, and I hope a lot of people come out and enjoy it with us.
It always is. Spencer, what's your role in the program, being the battalion executive officer?
I will be announcing the wars and conflicts that occur, as well as announcing the service flags under which the many veterans have served in the different branches.
This is a joint effort by a lot of folks, Nickey.
It absolutely is.
It's amazing. So to kind of recap a little bit, Thursday, November the 7th, at the Cookeville High School, 2 programs, 5:30 and 7:30, with an intermission in between.
Correct.
We'll have refreshments for the folks to be able to mingle with the veterans and to personally thank them. It's in the Cookeville High School auditorium. Going to be honoring veterans no matter what conflict, no matter what war, no matter what branch of military service. All of them are invited, and going to show your special thanks. And we as a community are going to show our special thanks to these folks for their dedication and their service to our country. We have a very patriotic community we live in, don't we?
We do, and we want to keep it that way.
That's exactly right. And let me say, I've been to these for several years now, and you guys do such a great job of putting this on. You've got a great program at the high school. I want to say thank you to each one of you for being a part of the ROTC program. And Nickey, especially for you, for being such a great community leader, because you lead these children and you're a role model to them, and you have done such a great job.
Thank you, and it is an honor. It's kind of the capstone of what's been the last 40 years of things I've done, and it's definitely been the most fun thing that I've done in the last 40 years. So I just appreciate that honor, you know, and I appreciate the tremendous support that we get from the community leadership here in Putnam County and the city of Cookeville and Baxter and Monterey. Leadership at all levels, and certainly yourself, sir. You were our guest speaker a couple of years ago.
Right.
We've had Senator Paul Bailey. We've had our
Mayor
good
Shelton.
Mayor Shelton, and many others.
Many others.
And everyone in their way has done a super job. And I can promise you there's a lot of places in the United States that do not have that kind of support. And we appreciate it right here in Cookeville and Putnam County.
And we don't want anything to happen to it.
Absolutely.
We're very proud of it, and we want to keep that away. So thank you guys for what you do. Looking forward to a great program. Folks, it's Thursday night, November the 7th, 5:30 and 7:30. Come out and let's show our veterans how much we appreciate them. Thanks, guys, for being on the show today. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. You're listening to Today in Putnam County on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. Coming up next, Miscellaneous Men from Tennessee Tech. A new business has been started. We're going to be talking with them today after the break. Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great weekend. My next guest, Blake Daniels, Sam Gray, and Katie Patterson with a company called Miscellaneous Men. Blake, tell us, you got a new business going. Tell us about Miscellaneous Men.
Yeah, so Miscellaneous Men is kind of two-part. One part, we do all kinds of odd jobs for clients, businesses, communities, whatever. From changing light bulbs, staffing events, cleaning gutters, you name it, we do it. And we're all students at Tennessee Tech right now. The second part of it is we're really trying to encourage entrepreneurship. So the students, they invoice the business, then they get paid whatever they get paid. They communicate with clients, they formulate their own teams. We're really trying to show that, like, hey, it's not impossible to make your own business. And we're really trying to grow that so that maybe one day there's like TTU Miscellaneous Men and UTK Miscellaneous Men. Just give students jobs and kind of teach them entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. And you think, you see these great ideas that come about, and you've come up with one, and you think, why didn't I think of that? Sometimes it's creative minds that see a need in a community, and they come up with a way to fix that. This is a great need in our community. We have so much construction and building going on in our county. with all the new homes and all the new commercial buildings. And so all the contractors and all those folks are busy on those construction jobs. It's almost impossible to find someone to be able to do odd jobs at your home. So how long's the business, how long's it been going now?
This current model, only half a year actually.
So this is a brand new business you
It's,
just
it's
started.
pretty new, yeah. We competed in EagleWorks at Tennessee Tech, which is really similar to Shark Tank.
Yes.
And we met so many wonderful connections, lots of good advice, and really just kind of came up with this model. That's actually how Sam came to the team. He's with marketing. And we won first place, got a whole bunch of investment, and have just put all that money to make this happen.
So Sam, you're a marketing major, I'm guessing?
I am, yeah, this is correct.
So when Blake came to you with this idea, did you think he was crazy, or what did
So I was actually working with WCTE at the time when I had met Blake. It was at the, what was the Biz Foundry Founders?
Made Here Market.
It was at the Made Here Market
Uh-huh.
that I actually met Blake. He was staffing the event, and I got to know him from that. And then at WCTE, I was working the auction, asking him, hey, can you donate anything to me? I just want you guys to be on TV, free promotion in
Right.
a sense. And then a little after that, they won EagleWorks, and they won a sub-grant awarding them $500 grant dollars for an employee of their choosing, which they chose me to start on with them, in which mostly I was focused at the time of finding new employees for the business.
Right, which is an issue with our unemployment being so low in Putnam County right now. Katie, how did you come into the picture?
Oh, well, actually, I knew Blake from school, and when I first started really talking to him, he already had, like, the old business model going on. It was really small, and then he started doing EagleWorks, and he was like, they told me that solo teams, like, teams with just one person, rarely get into the finals. And so he's like, I need someone to be on my team with me. Will you be on my team with me? And I was like, sure, like what even is EagleWorks? And I went to a couple of the meetings and I helped him with the presentation. I got on stage, I presented with him, and now I just really help him with like public relations. Like I help him draft emails, and I'll help him just communicate with people in a way that doesn't seem like insensitive or in a way that doesn't seem robotic, because he has to communicate with a lot of people all the time that it can sometimes, you know.
Oh, communications
Yeah.
is key. It depends on that. You want that personal communications coming from someone. I mean, I get hundreds of emails on a day-to-day basis, and you can tell when you look at it, is it just an email that they're sending to 1,000 people, or have they personalized it to me to make me, to catch my eye, to make me want to read it. So that's an important part of the business.
Yeah.
How is business?
Too good, honestly. Kind of like Sam mentioned earlier, we're still really trying to get more students involved. It's so hard finding people who really want to work and manage themselves.
Yeah.
And being a student myself, I kind of thought it'd be easy. I thought, hey, we're all college students, we need money, we have time to work, it should be easy. But business is doing really well. We have about 30 people on the team right now. Insurance, workers' comp, we're getting payroll set up. It's legit, yeah. I know.
You've done great in 6 months or so, and you're already talking about workers' comp and.
It's coming along, yeah. But it's really just trying to be for the students, like not to get too legal stuff,
Right.
but like they could be independent contractors, but the business, we wanted to like really provide for them and provide insurance, provide social security, provide things that a lot of businesses don't do.
Right.
And it's really just become for the students almost more than it has been for clients, oddly enough.
So you're going down two roads here. You're going down your client road where you're benefiting the citizens of the county by providing a service. So tell folks, how do they get in touch with you if they're looking to hire you or one of your folks to do a job?
Yeah, so we're on social media, all our hashtags, what are the at symbols, whatever
I
they're
was
called.
gonna say the Facebook page is just MISC Men, MISC Men, TTU, and I believe that's also the same for
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
And our email as well. So it is miscommunitytu@gmail.com.
Okay, so you prefer folks either message you on Facebook or send you an email?
Yep, and we're working on a website right now, actually. That's it's a lot
Yeah.
A lot
easier.
to this. isn't it?
Easier said than done, yeah. So we're developing that right now. miscommunitytu.com as well.
And so, is there odd jobs, basically, what you're looking at? Folks call you and they say, I want my gutters cleaned out, or I want someone to rake my yard, the leaves. Is
Yeah,
that those
yeah.
kind of jobs that you're doing?
Actually, just today, so we're gonna get a frost Thursday night.
Oh, the leaves are
we're,
falling.
yeah, we're coming over to someone's house in just a couple hours and just taking plants inside. You know, they couldn't move the big heavy plants, so we're
Right.
just coming over there to bring them inside. You know, who do you call for that?
There hadn't been anyone in the past.
Yeah.
And that's been the issue is providing that service to folks. We have a lot of senior citizens and retirees that are moving into our area that are looking for those kind of services. You've hit a niche market here that could really turn into something huge. But the other path you're going down is you're giving an opportunity to your fellow TTU students to be able to work, make extra money, and also serve the community while they're here in college.
Yeah.
How's that going? You say you got about 30 interested right now in
Yeah,
in employees?
it's coming along. Right now we actually just made a management chat, and so we're gonna have 5 of us on a board to make kind of big decisions. Like, all right, what's a better slogan? All right, hey, what ideas do you have? And we just put it to work and see what ideas we can come up with.
We call that brainstorming. Is that what you still call it?
Yeah, but it's all of us. You know, I am the CEO, I guess,
Right.
but I make the exact same pay as everyone else, and it is very, very horizontal, and it's really weird almost. We just kind of
No, it's all about a team.
yeah.
We see that in Putnam County. I just had a meeting with the state, and we were talking about what a great team we have in Putnam County of all the mayors and elected officials and everyone. You've created your team because no one person can make things happen. It's got to be a team effort, and that's what you put together is a good team. So 6 months, you're growing. You've got growing pains. Trying to get all this set up. What's the next step? Website, so folks can go on the website and be able to hire you that way?
Yeah, website and then payroll. I'm accounting and finance major, so it's really hard to 1, make A's, and then 2, run a business.
I guess my question, Katie, and in the last minute or so we got here, Katie and Sam, how do you find the time to be able to do this and to work with Blake and still do your school?
Well, it's really, really flexible. So, like, it's just kind of when we both have free time, we'll get together, we'll talk about it and stuff. And, like, he's super understanding if you have an exam the next day and you can't really do much, you have to study. So I would just say it's just super flexible with your schedule, and that's how we get it done.
It makes it easy.
It is. It's more finding your own free time and having the ability to do the tasks that are needed in that time frame.
So a lot of folks, they don't have a set time that they say, we want you here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to do this. As long as you get there to do it, if it's 7 o'clock in the morning or if it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, they just want the task done.
Yeah, that, or like, let's say you want your car wash 6 a.m. on Sunday, then you can ask us, and I go to the group chat and go, hey, who can do it? And then whoever can.
Well, you have set up a great business model. Like I said, you hear of these new businesses that are being created and you say, wow, why didn't I think of that? This makes me have great faith in our young folks that are coming out of Tennessee Tech here in Putnam County. We're so blessed to have Tennessee Tech here. But it gives me great faith in seeing you guys starting your own business while you're still in college and it being successful. I'm so proud of you guys.
Trying at least.
Well, you're going to be successful, and you're going to be the leaders of tomorrow. You're our future leaders that are coming about. So thank you for being on the show this morning. Guys, Miscellaneous Men is the Facebook page. You can send them an email on Gmail, hit them on Instagram. They're doing odd jobs for folks out in the community, so if you're interested, get in touch with these guys. That's our show for today. We've run out of time. I want to thank all of my guests for being here today. Hope you join us every Saturday morning at 10:30 and Sunday afternoon at 2 for Today in Putnam County. Here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. You can also download the WHUB app and listen to us on your cell phone. If you missed any of my shows, go to my website at randyporter.org. always, thanks to Brett Carl Fleshman, who just had a birthday this past week. Producing my show each week. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And may God continue to bless our great county.